What prevented you from seeing that? What prevented you from knowing that stuff other than you didn't want to know? You wanted to be in your safe little white picket fence, everything, little bubble, and everything's okay. And you can look down your nose at other people. And gosh, why didn't they're completely able-bodied. Why didn't they succeed in this world? And it's not able-bodied. It's really strange. And you know, it really comes down to the same sort of shit my wife struggles with, is that, and she'll deny it to the nth degree, but it's the truth, is the whole, what will the neighbors think? What will other people think? That whole process, like, that was pushed on me so much as a kid. And it made me so insecure. Like, there's this girl that my kid goes to school with. And she actually came to his birthday party. Like, he's attracted to the person that's inside. She's really not an attractive girl, but she is in 6th grade. She's a little overweight, and so she has weird 6th grader boobs on this little bitty body. And it's just it's just weird. But she has, right now she has blue hair, but there's like this much root showing because it's been a while. But she dresses in like weird vintage shit, and she has a level of confidence that you wouldn't expect someone that looks like her to have. But it's because she wasn't given that bullshit. She wasn't, her parents clearly don't constantly, well, what would the neighbors think? Oh, you can't wear that. That looks silly. Or, they just let her be the person that she is. And granted, there's probably, there's definitely some negatives that come along with that. She has an inflated sense of entitlement. Craig! What's going on, man? I hope you're pulled out of your shit. What's up, Craig? Hope you pulled out of that funk you were in there for a minute. But you know what? I bet you can relate to this situation. We grew up in different times, man. It's wild. Yeah, I mean, we did, but, well, I don't know. You're in your 20s, right? So a lot of the stuff that was okay when I was a kid and was okay throughout history, like they all grew up with the same, the same basic foundations. Absolutely. You're 31. So still, you're so far behind. You're like a generation and a half, almost 2 generations behind me. Absolutely selective memories that family have. But hey, at least you got a box though, huh? Yeah, well, I'd rather have the box than him throwing it out. That's for sure. But yeah, like the whole idea of, when I was a kid, we would like tease the effeminate gay boys, and the teacher didn't really do anything about it. And as kids, I had no concept of gay. I don't remember when gay became a thing where I like sort of like, wait, dudes like dudes? Something in my head says Elton John. But I remember getting my ear pierced. I was in 6th grade when I got my ear pierced. And I remember my friend John explaining it to me, that the left ear, you get the left ear means you're straight, and the right ear means you're gay. And I remember thinking, like, what the fuck? I don't know. But it wasn't. I'll go. What's going on? It wasn't like an okay. It wasn't acceptable. When I was in my early 20s, I had this job doing construction, and there was this old dude that did the construction. Like, he was like this side contractor that would come in, and he was good at what he did, but like, he was this old dude that supposedly was a SEAL back in the day. That's what he talked about. And he did his Navy shit, and then he went into this. He said, but he was old. He was, he had probably, I think he had been to Nam. Did I see the Jews have outlawed Christianity? No, I did not. We'll get there. But he would tell stories about how, if they found out somebody was gay on the ship, they would just throw him off the ship, and they'd never be seen again. And he would say it with such joy and like, and say it like, like he wishes it was still that way. I remember growing up in the 90s, and my grandparents would say every time they saw someone with crazy hair colors going, "Oh no, looks like the circus is in town. I'll never forget that. Stuck with me my whole life." Well, it's because as parents and grandparents, we're so insecure as it is that we don't want that responsibility of thinking that this person absolutely looks up to me, and things I say will last, will stick with them forever. We don't want to accept that responsibility. And it's like, so what it does is it means that when Craig grows up and dyes his hair, he always has that insecure, like, he might even like it. Man, this shit looks great on me. But there's always going to be that voice going, looks like the circus is in town. It's a weird insecurity.